Jeff Bezos just spent a jaw-dropping $50 million on what many are calling one of the tackiest weddings in celebrity history. From Kylie Jenner's controversial outfit to Leonardo DiCaprio hiding his face in shame. This wasn't a celebration. This was a carefully staged PR circus, and the internet isn't buying it. So what really happened at Jeff and Lauren's over-the-top ceremony? Let's break down the fashion fails, celebrity chaos, and behind-the-scenes secrets that turned this wedding into a viral disaster. A wedding or a PR spectacle? Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding was never going to be ordinary, but few expected it to feel more like a grand marketing campaign than a personal celebration. Set against the breathtaking backdrop of Venice, the entire event looked like it had been scripted for a magazine cover, complete with luxury boats, synchronized waves to the cameras, and tightly controlled photo angles. The wedding may have marked a personal milestone for the couple, but to many watching, it came across as a carefully orchestrated display designed to elevate their public image. From the very beginning, it was clear that the ceremony was about much more than saying, "I do." The attention to optics was evident in every detail, from the arrival by boat to the polished media rollout that followed. Observers noted how seamlessly the visuals were distributed across outlets, almost as if it had all been planned in advance. Even the security presence felt more symbolic than functional, serving as a reminder that this wasn't just an intimate moment. It was a broadcasted event. Perhaps the most telling sign of intent came from Lauren Sanchez's own social media. Just before the wedding, she wiped most of her Instagram feed, keeping only a few carefully curated posts. For someone with a significant following, this kind of reset wasn't accidental, it was strategic. It signaled a shift toward a more refined public identity, possibly one that aims to align her more closely with the world of high fashion, celebrity influence, and elite society. While weddings often reflect the personalities of the couple, this one seemed built around projection rather than expression. It was glossy, expensive, and globally visible, but whether it truly felt personal or heartfelt is still up for debate. For many, it seemed like the beginning of a new brand rollout, more than the start of a private new chapter. Kylie's dress and the fashion confusion. Fashion quickly became one of the most talked about aspects of the event, and not always for good reasons. Kylie Jenner showed up in a gown that raised eyebrows. Not only did it feature a questionable tier, but the design was surprisingly similar to Lauren Sanchez's bridal look. Many felt the resemblance was awkward and took away from the bride's moment. Lauren's own dress also sparked divided opinions. While well-constructed and formal, it appeared too heavy for a summer wedding in Italy. Some praised its classic shape, while others said it felt too reserved for such a vibrant setting. Instead of fashion excellence, the overall style choices left people wondering if the event had been more about impressions than genuine emotion. Leonardo DiCaprio, the silent guest. Leonardo DiCaprio's appearance sparked instant debate. Known for speaking out about environmental issues, his presence at such a lavish celebration filled with private jets felt completely out of sync. Instead of embracing the moment, he pulled his cap low and kept a low profile, avoiding cameras whenever possible. Many felt his actions showed discomfort, almost like he knew the setting clashed with his public image. His decision to wear a black cap, even during the ceremony, only added to the criticism. It came across as someone trying to hide rather than support. For someone so vocal on climate matters, being surrounded by the ultra-wealthy in a highly extravagant setting sent mixed signals: A-list attendance or paid performance. The guest list looked more like a Hollywood gala than a wedding. Names like Oprah, Kim Kardashian, Tom Brady, Lady Gaga, and Sydney Sweeney were in attendance. But many questioned why. Were they close friends of the couple? Or was this just high-level networking dressed up as a ceremony? Online conversations pointed to the possibility of travel expenses and lodging being covered, maybe even appearance incentives for some. The entire event had the feel of a publicity moment, with coordinated media coverage and photo ops. It raised the question, was this a genuine celebration or a carefully executed campaign? Corporate carpets and zero taste. One detail that went viral: the carpet. A plain gray runner, which many joked looked like it had been borrowed from an office, lined the aisle.
Just know this was Anna Wintour's final straw. This is why she stepped down from Vogue. Wow.
For a wedding with an enormous budget, this design choice felt out of place and out of touch. The decor overall lacked personality. Instead of feeling luxurious or meaningful, it gave off a cold, impersonal vibe. Critics pointed out that while every element was clearly expensive, very little actually reflected warmth, style, or imagination. It became another example of how wealth doesn't always translate to good taste. Lauren's ring upgrade and the royal rebrand. After the engagement, Lauren Sanchez's original ring drew mixed reactions online, but at the wedding, she revealed a new one, dramatically larger and clearly more expensive. The diamond stretched nearly across her entire finger, drawing attention from nearly every guest and camera in the room. This wasn't just a ring, it was a statement. Lauren is clearly stepping into a new role, one that feels less about being a partner and more about becoming a public figure. Between the Vogue cover, her social media revamp, and this updated jewelry, it's clear she wants to build a personal brand that matches her partner's global influence. The Jenners and Kardashians, a mixed bag. As expected, the Kardashian-Jenner clan showed up in full force, but their fashion choices didn't exactly wow. Kris Jenner went for a vintage runway piece that received some praise, while Khloe's massive pink gown looked heavy and impractical for a summer event. Kim stuck with her signature fitted look, but her blank expressions in every photo became a talking point on their own. Kylie Jenner's outfit received the most criticism. Aside from the odd tear, it looked a little too similar to the bride's own dress, making things awkward. Critics online questioned whether it was a misjudgment or a fashion mishap. Either way, it became one of the most discussed looks of the night. 90 private jets and a world outraged. When the celebration ended, around 90 private jets flew guests home, and the backlash came fast. Reports showed that Kim Kardashian's return flight alone cost over $30,000. That number stunned viewers who were already critical of the wedding's excessive spending. Many pointed out the contrast between this luxurious lifestyle and the real-world issues being debated every day, things like education, healthcare, and basic food access. For some, the wedding highlighted the growing gap between the ultra-wealthy and everyone else. It wasn't just about the spending, it was the message it sent. The public is over it. Despite the luxury, the location, and the star-studded guest list, the overall reaction from the public was underwhelming and increasingly critical. Across platforms, viewers voiced frustration, saying the event felt more like a vanity project than a celebration of love. Instead of being captivated, many felt disconnected. The excessive spending, combined with the awkward press coverage and over-curated aesthetic, made it hard for everyday viewers to relate. The event came across not as aspirational, but as out of touch. Rather than sparking admiration, the wedding triggered conversations about wealth inequality and whether displays like this do more harm than good in the current cultural climate. Social media explodes with memes and shade. It didn't take long for the internet to turn the wedding into a meme factory. Within hours of the first photos appearing online, users began flooding social media with sarcastic posts. The gray carpet was mocked relentlessly, with jokes comparing it to corporate office flooring. Some said the venue felt more like a high-end convention than a romantic ceremony. Screenshots of celebrity expressions, from Kim Kardashian's stone-faced gaze to Leo's cap-covered head, were used to create viral reaction posts. One popular comment joked, "If this is what $50 million looks like, I'll stick with the courthouse." Instead of inspiring admiration, the wedding became a punchline. It wasn't just fashion that got roasted. Even the atmosphere was critiqued for feeling cold and performative. Lady Gaga drama and the performance that wasn't. Before the event even began, buzz around Lady Gaga's involvement had fans talking. Reports hinted that she was expected to perform at the reception, and when she was spotted near the venue, the speculation only grew louder, but things got complicated. Some fans worried that revealing her name too early might lead to safety concerns or unwanted attention, especially at such a private, high-profile gathering. In the end, it's still unclear if she actually performed, but her name was enough to dominate headlines. Whether it was a strategic leak or just wishful thinking, Gaga's rumored role added even more intrigue to an already chaotic guest lineup. Her presence raised the stakes, but also highlighted how much of this wedding seemed driven by star power and optics, not genuine connection. Was this really about love? With all the flashing cameras, high fashion, and over-the-top production, one question kept resurfacing. Was this wedding truly about love, or was it something else entirely? A carefully calculated move to reposition Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez in the world of celebrity culture. Everything about the ceremony felt designed to send a message. The Vogue cover, the curated guest list, the upgraded ring, the social media reset, it all pointed to a new narrative being built. Lauren isn't just stepping into married life, she's stepping into the spotlight. And Jeff, long seen as a business tycoon with little public flair, now seems eager to be perceived as polished, charismatic, and relevant in entertainment circles. But that transformation doesn't always land. Critics pointed out that despite the luxury, the event lacked warmth and authenticity. The public response suggests people aren't sold on this new image, because while money can buy appearances, it can't manufacture real admiration. And in a world growing increasingly aware of income inequality and performative wealth, even the most glamorous wedding can quickly become a target for criticism if it feels disconnected from reality. So after everything, the luxury setting, the designer gowns, the famous faces, and the swirling rumors, we're left with one big question. What was this really all about? Was it a celebration of love between two people starting a new chapter, or was it a high-budget production aimed at reshaping how the world sees them? Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez clearly spared no expense in creating a spectacle, but it's hard to ignore how much of it felt more like a media rollout than a wedding. From the carefully curated guest list to the magazine covers and viral moments, every detail seemed designed to make headlines. And while the public watched with fascination, many walked away, questioning the authenticity of it all. Still, this event has sparked conversations far beyond fashion or fame. It's raised important questions about influence, wealth, and the fine line between celebration and display. Whether you saw it as glamorous or out of touch, one thing is clear: it got people talking. But now, I want to hear what you think. Do you believe this was a genuine ceremony, or just another carefully packaged media moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos breaking down major celebrity stories, public controversies, and what's really happening behind the headlines, make sure you subscribe to this channel and tap the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.